Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining tonight. We are getting ready to do our Habits of Health book study, and we are on lesson number 10, and it's Eating Healthy for Life. I'm Sandy Seibert. I'm a certified health coach with Optavia, and I've also got my fellow coaches here with me as well. So Ellen and Mary Jo, would you guys mind introducing yourselves?
Yeah, my name is Ellen Shaughnessy. I'm also a certified Optavia health coach and very happy to be here exploring the habits of health. And there's our also coach friend, Jennifer. Hello, Jennifer.
Yeah, well, I'm Mary Jo Reckadal. It is my joy to be here as well. And welcome aboard, Jennifer. Sorry, I sent you the wrong time. Glad you got on. So unmute yourself and introduce yourself.
Was that a no? That's a no.
Oh, I just unmuted you. Okay, I'll mute you back. Well, I think she's pretty straight back from Disneyland, so she's probably a little bit, probably a little worn out from that. All right, well, I did want to just talk a little bit about our last session together, because that was really helpful for me. The part where we were to write down some of the activities that we could do when a trigger hit or a craving hit, something that we could spend a few minutes doing. And I really benefited from that and hearing everybody's last week. And I was able to do some of those things. And I was looking for my page on that. But I really like the one that Lori suggested about sweeping the porch. I was able to do that a couple of times. And then one of the ones that I figured is a good one for me, if I have the time and I just need to get out. We have a thrift store very close to our house, and that was one of the days that I just felt just for some reason just like eating, and I just went shopping at the thrift store, and it was great. It turned out good, and I got a nice pair of jeans, and it was a really good strategy for me. So anybody else try anything new like that?
It was in the back of my mind, but I was so busy moving. I was constantly active, even on the break from teaching. So I was more active than I would have been. But I was also not eating the best. So it was in the back of my mind.
Okay, good.
It's there now because I'm back on plan 100%, and it's definitely there now.
One thing that I had forgotten, I preach it all the time, is that when you're feeling hungry in between, that you're probably more thirsty than hungry. And so go have a glass of water. But I haven't been practicing that myself. And so that's what I've been working on, is that it's only been an hour since I've eaten and I'm hungry. Wait a minute, I'm probably thirsty. So I've been going in and getting another big glass of water, and that's been a big help.
Good. That's a great try. Our bodies are amazing, aren't they? They let us know. They just let us know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and just get started by playing our video that we play, and it's Dr. Anderson and Lori and Amber. So I'm going to share my I'm going to share my whole screen. It looks like we have a little bit of a different setup. So, all right. And we're hitting lesson 10. So I'm going to let it roll. I think. Bink, bink, bink. Oh. There we go.
Lesson 10, Eating Healthy for Life. This lesson is based on chapters 11 and 12 in Dr. A's Habits of Health. Please turn to lesson 10 in the companion guide.
In this lesson, we will review the core habits of weight control, emphasizing that reaching a healthy weight is only the beginning. We will help you calculate your set point for adding calories as you move through transition, discover healthy versus unhealthy food choices, manage your hunger, and learn it starts with our B-Slim lifestyle. Our B-Slim lifestyle is an acronym I created. B stands for breakfast. Just like your mother said, it is the critical first meal in the day. In fact, the National Weight Control Registry shows that people that eat breakfast are more likely to stay healthy than those that don't. Exercise, not a key component of weight loss, but certainly a key component of long-term optimal health. We're going to start you slowly, and we're going to talk in the lessons to come about our habits of health motion system. Support, critical, and we'll also discuss that in more detail to have people that will help you become successful. Low fat, low glycemic, 5 to 6 meals a day. As we talked earlier, it is critical to eat smaller meals and fuelings throughout the day rather than one large meal at night. An individual plan. We all have different lifestyles. We need to make sure that the plan fits the way you perform in everyday life. And then monitor. It is so critical to monitor your progress and then monitor your maintenance. So what I like to do is get people to take a tight-fitting pair of jeans, try them on, and if you have to get on the bed and do one of these, you probably need to be more vigilant because you're gaining a little visceral adiposity. Following the B-Slim lifestyle will keep you on the path to optimal health. There are 2 main reasons that diets fail. 1, lack of proper motivation, and 2, lack of understanding of energy balance. A mental shift is needed when you reach a healthy weight. A diet would tell you that you are done. In actuality, reaching your healthy weight is just the first step on your path to optimal health. This is part of the proper motivation we taught you in the Thin Healthy Mind video in section 1, to break out of the yo-yo dieting phase. Keeping your sights on your optimal health goal will avoid oscillating, or as most refer to it as yo-yo dieting. In terms of energy intake, your body needs a balance of macronutrients, carbohydrates, protein, and fats, in order to run at its best. Some diets manipulate macronutrients, producing an imbalance of energy from each group. This can result in muscle loss, cravings, and create such an imbalance that the body revolts, also enhancing yo-yo dieting. Relax, we have you covered. We have a simple system to help you keep your caloric intake in control with our new energy management system. Let's spend a moment and look at TEE. TEE stands for Total Energy Expenditure. It's the amount of energy your body uses, and it's important that we understand that as we now set your new set point. There's 3 components of total energy expenditure. Basal metabolic rate, which is the energy it takes to kind of run your body when you're at rest, at sleep. The thermic effect of food. It requires energy to process your food and assimilate it into your body. And the third is physical activity level, or PAL, which is the energy we use for doing things beyond our basal activities, such as walking or possibly even exercising. Lori will help Amber figure out her adjusted TE using the simple equation. This way she can adjust her caloric intake and add food groups as she moves from transitioning out of the 5-in-1 plan.
So congratulations, Amber. You've reached your healthy weight. I'm so excited for you. I know, it's great. So you're going to be getting ready for transitioning. What I usually tell all my clients is once you reach your healthy weight, stay on the total program 1 more week just to make sure you're really there.
Okay.
And then we're going to start your transition. And one of the first things we need to figure out is your total energy expenditure. So we know how many calories we're going to be adding back to you so that you don't gain the weight back, that you're even. Remember how Dr. A talks about? Okay. So there's 2 different ways to figure it out. There's a little bit more difficult and involved way for those people that are analyzers.
Yeah.
But for most of us, the easier way is pretty darn accurate, and I think that's the one we're going to do today.
Perfect.
So it's right here in the workbook in lesson 10. And it says you need your current weight in pounds, which is 133. Congratulations. And then times your 11 calories.
Okay.
And that comes out to, 1,463.
Okay.
And that's your TEE. So, but you exercise.
Right.
And we have to take that into account because you're burning calories. So we need to add more calories to your program. So how much exercise do you do? Light, moderate, or heavy?
I would probably put myself in moderate. I do exercise a lot.
Okay. So then you're going to take your TEE and you're going to multiply it by 1.5.
Okay.
And what'd you come up with?
2,194.
All right. Well, what I find when we're first starting this, I like to go on a little lower, kind of round it off, just because I'd rather you not have too many calories and start gaining weight. I'd rather you be on the low side and always can add more.
That's smart.
So let's just say that your calculated TEE is 2,000.
Okay, that's what I'll put down.
Great. And now we know we're starting at your current reality of 1,000, and we need to add up to 2,000.
Okay.
So we'll do your structural tension chart next.
If Amber has been on 5 and 1, she can use a structural tension chart to adjust her caloric intake and add food groups.
So let's make a structural tension chart on your transition.
Okay.
Okay. So your calculated TEE is 2,000, we decided, and your current reality is about 1,000 that you're getting in right now.
Right.
And what we're going to do with transition is 2 things you have to keep in mind. One is you're going to be increasing the calories that you're going to be taking in. And the second is you're going to be introducing new food groups that you haven't had lately, like fruits and grains.
Yay.
Okay, so let's get started. Over here on the side, it says week 1, and you're going to add some more veggies.
Okay.
And if you remember what we went over before, Dr. A was saying, as you transition, you're going to add 100 calories each week
Right.
to slowly transition, to make sure your metabolism catches up and that you don't gain weight.
Mm.
So we're going to be adding 100 calories each week until we reach your 2,000.
Okay.
All right. And the way that we do that is the first week we're going to add veggies. And the second week we're going to add fruit.
Oh.
Yeah. And I would choose fresh fruit. And
Okay.
since it's summertime, that's the easy thing to do. And week 3, you'll be adding dairy products. Remember, it's low fat.
Of course.
Okay. And then grain. And then on week 4 will be grains, and that's whole grains.
Okay.
And you'll just add, so by week 4, you'll have all your food groups back, and you'll be slowly adding more calories to your food group. So this way you can play a little bit about with your menus. So every day can be a little different, and you can add more calories to your veggies or more calories to your fruits or your dairy or wherever you are in your timeline.
Okay.
But I think you'll enjoy it. It's kind of fun. I know it's kind of hard to leave your meal replacements back. I know. But you'll still be incorporating them. You know, you don't have to give them up totally, and enjoy it.
Thanks.
There are 3 core principles for reaching and maintaining a healthy weight. The first is fuel control, which includes portion control, which now you have the 9-inch plate as well as the meal replacements, and insulin control, keeping that insulin pump under control, which our low glycemic eating will allow you to do. Second is hunger control. This is what we call satiety, or the science of fullness. We want to make sure you choose knowledgeably the foods that are necessary to keep you feeling full. And the third is waist control. It's removing excess visceral adiposity, or that fat around the middle. We have discussed how to use my color charts for glycemic control. I want to now spend a moment discussing my energy density chart on page 139 of Dr. A's Habits of Health. If you look at this chart, in order to keep your energy density level, or the foods you eat to be lower caloric, you want to stay in the deep green zones again. If we look at some examples, most fruits and vegetables, especially those that are low glycemic, combined with skim milk and broth-based soups, are really good choices. They have a tendency to fill you up, and they're always good choices when you're out and you're hungry. The worst case scenario, the highest ED or red charts, such as crackers, chips, chocolate candies, cookies, nuts, butter, and full-fat condiments. These are very energy dense and actually really pack on the calories and don't really satisfy you. By now, you've not only learned how to lose weight safely and effectively, you are now in position to monitor and adjust all aspects of your energy management system for lifelong weight control and health. In the next lesson, we're going to shift gears and apply the energy management principles of my Healthy Habits of Motion. We will begin in small baby steps and progress over time to give you daily activities that will support a lifetime of health. You're on your way to better health, and there's much more to come.
Yeah, so I think I did play the wrong lesson. But I actually kind of like that we went from that lesson to this one, because we went from the 5 and 1 to transition.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry for that.
That's okay. We can switch them around. No biggie.
Okay. But that's what I really like about this and going through all of this, because there is a life after weight loss, and it's a beautiful life. Any feedback? I know Jennifer wants to talk. I really like what he said in the very beginning when he was talking about the Be Slim lifestyle, about a mental shift is needed to reach your healthy weight. I have found that to be 100% true.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to have several mental shifts.
Yes. I remember early on in the 5 and 1, probably in the first month, where I had a little mourning period for fast food. A little cry for, Cane's and Whataburger and Wendy's, and a little cry because I relied on those a lot for meals before, and they were comfort foods. Yeah. And the realization through reading The Habits of Health was that these foods do not fuel my body in a healthy way. They do not have any redeeming value, and they only make me sicker. So I had a little cry.
I know that really the only thing that they end up really doing anything for are our taste buds.
Right.
And that's
make you want them more and more.
Yeah.
So, but I'm over it now. I love the way I feel now, and I don't feel cravings for those things. Every now and then I might go to In-N-Out as, just a one-off thing every now and then, but I will not make it a habit ever again.
Yeah. I know that in the very beginning of the material, when he says it's not the cheeseburger today that's going to get you, it's the cheeseburger every day.
Every day, right. And it's a slippery slope. You start doing, that repeatedly, even just, you start once a week and then you start a couple times a week, and it's a quick spiral down.
Yeah, so. You crack that door. Yeah. I know before this program came into my life, and it's even kind of crazy for me to even talk about it now, but moderation for me used to mean things like, well, if I had a hamburger and fries at lunch, that I couldn't have that at dinner, that I kind of needed to have pizza or Mexican or something else. But it was bad. And now I kind of even feel like, moderation is a dangerous slope for so many people. Mm-hmm. Because what I've learned is a lot of times in my life, abstinence is way better than perfect portion control. Mm-hmm. Because it's real tough for me to have whatever it is, especially if it's a baked good or something like that. So,
right.
But I'm excited to get to maintenance so that I can practice that once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and then I'll tell you another part of the program that really helped to awaken me to be able to do things differently is our teen guide. And I love how the teen guide, I mean, if our whole country went on our teen program, things would change, because I love how they talk about sometimes foods, and how those sometimes foods are your sodas, your sweets, your hot dogs, your popcorn. Those things are like 3 times a week. You can have sometimes foods. And how great would it be if we were all able to just to make that change?
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys for doing this and sticking with my imperfections of playing the wrong things, but just I really am glad that we're doing this together, and I'll post the video. And any last things that you'd like to share before we close?
Well, just thank you, Sandy, for your openness, and you too, Ellen, for your vulnerability in what those weaknesses are. I find for me, my weakness is social eating. I'm a social eater. If I'm by myself, I'm pretty good. But being with people, being with family, out at any kind of event, that I need to step away from the buffet table, and it's very hard. That's my downfall. So, I'll be glad when we get to that behavior change chapter.
It's coming. Get ready.
Well, maybe I won't be so glad. I don't know.
You're right.
Oh, you'll be tearing up at the next buffet.
Right.
I love one of my favorite things that I've learned about going to buffets and potlucks and things like that are just a couple of the strategies. And I don't know why. I almost feel like I'm getting to be a real nerd about some of this stuff, but I really like going up to the table without a plate. I dig that. I walk up without a plate. I check everything out, and then I kind of look at what can I have? What do I want to have? And then my other favorite one, and it cracks me up because every time I think about this one, it makes me want to go up there and physically do it. But it says, stay 2 arm lengths away from the table. And I want to go up and go 1, 2. And then,
That's great.
but those two, I've really enjoyed practicing those. So
Good for you. That's good suggestion. Thank you.
well, you guys are welcome. Thank you. And Jennifer, I'm glad you're joining us. Glad you're back. I hope your sisters didn't beat you up while you were, if you guys were all sleeping in the same hotel room. Well, all right, everybody have a great month. We'll
You
go back around next month. And I guess we'll backtrack and do that
Sounds
as a
good.
lesson. All right, y'all.
Thanks,
Thank you so
ladies.
much.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Good night.